All right, a very pleasant moment to you wherever you are watching. It's indeed heartwarming for me to be back on this frequency. This is Crime Busters, and we discuss security matters right on this station. My name is Desmond Wachuku. I want to assure you that today's package will have bumper package for you. Series of stories that is expected to put you on the alert as far as security of lives and property is concerned in Nigeria. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this edition.
You are watching the Crime Busters. Security updates, no hoods barred interviews, special reports, security tips. This is Crime Busters.
Now, this is the security update segment of the program, and we're starting off with what you can call promise made and promise kept. And that's talking about the ability of Ahmed Ali, the Controller General of Customs in Nigeria. Recently, the building that he actually promised the command, the Ogun Area Command of Customs, was unveiled. And there, the controller in charge of Ogun Area Command, Sonny Magudu, also gave insight into some of the tactics that smugglers used during the festive period. Enjoy this package. I'll be right back.
It's Crime Busters.
The Ogun State Command of Nigeria Customs Service uncovered the criminal activities perpetrated by smugglers within the state during the festive season. The items smuggled in through different concealments include bags of rice, which were in hundreds, cars, and electronics. Customs Area Controller Sonny Madugu made this known during an interactive session with journalists.
Officers and men of the command work 24/7 during this period. That is the result we are presenting to you here. There are new methods of concealment being detected and discovered by us. In addition to the Tokumbo vehicles that we have seized, about 14 within this period, Christmas period, 14 Tokumbo vehicles have been discovered. While in Abeokuta axis alone, means of conveyance of vehicles, we have 9 of them, in addition to the 14 vehicles. A total of 23 cars have been seized. Cars and buses that were carrying contraband. We have a total duty paid value, DPB value, on these items to 62,693,000. That is the duty paid value of all the vehicles, rice, and the used slippers, shoes that were imported. You can see this vehicle. They have loaded it with empty drums. Empty drums, you will assume this vehicle is carrying nothing. What we are having there is over 150 bags of rice that are in this 911 truck. But we are in constant touch with our sources of information, sources of intelligence. So we were waiting for them, and we were able to nab them with these empty drums. We have a suspect as in person of the driver of the truck. So he's here. After investigation, he will be taken to law court. We are working, like we said, we will continue to work 24/7 in Ogun Area Command. We are not sleeping. We have divided ourselves into shifts. The headquarters have given us more hands. So we are utilizing the officers being sent to us. We divided ourselves. We cover the state 24/7. That is the result of the seizures you are seeing here.
The Customs Board also reiterated support of the command to the Ogun State government in the production of its local rice called Metro Rice.
We are equally mindful of the recently launched rice by Ogun State government. That is the Ofada rice. We have a letter from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ogun State, and we are encouraging the manufacturing of this rice, and we are fully in support of it, and we will give them all the necessary support and make sure Ogun State rice production succeed. Because once it succeeds, it will help the nation. It is not only Ogun State that will benefit from it, the whole nation will benefit. I think it's a commendable effort the state government is doing, which the Nigeria Customs Service is collaborating and putting hands or heads together with the government.
The unveiling of new staff quarters donated to the command by the Controller General, Colonel Amid Ali, retired, was also done.
You are watching The Crime Busters. Security updates, no holds barred interviews, special reports, security tips. This is Crime Busters.
If we center the next 6 episodes on the exploits, the achievements of the Nigerian Police Ogun State Command, we will still have more than enough materials to bring to you. However, we have decided to pick some of the major stories that we got from the Nigerian police when the CP Ogun Command, CP Ahmed Ilyasu, paraded suspects, whose crime ranged from murder to kidnapping, to just name it, a series of crimes, armed robbery as well. Opeyemi Ewulo, our crime reporter, was at the police headquarters in Elewero, where those suspects were paraded. We will bring you the reports back to back.
It's Crime Busters.
The police in Ogun State are currently faced with the task of unraveling the mystery behind the killing of a 6-month-old baby by her own father. The suspect, Andrew Koku, admitted that he murdered the baby with a machete.
Bí nǹkan bí ọwọ́ òru bíi 12 ọmọ yẹn ń ké lọ́wọ́ mi gan mo ní mọ̀ mi ṣe ẹni bá mi tọ́jú ọmọ wọn ní ìmọ̀ tí ìyàwó mi ti gbọ́ ọmọ sílẹ̀ pé kí ni wọ́n ṣe máa tọ́jú ọmọ kò sí mọ̀ọ́sì lọ́wọ́ mi torí iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe owó ò tí jáde fún mi mo ṣàgbọ́ ọmọ yẹn sílẹ̀ mo gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn sílẹ̀ mo ṣàṣọ mo ní mọ̀ mi tí wọ́n ti pọ́ ọmọ yìí ẹ wá ẹni tó máa pa òmíràn fúnra mi ìṣojúmọ́ mi inú yàrá mẹ́ mo lè ṣe ọmọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀mejì.
Ó ṣá kí ló fi ṣá?
ẹlẹ́ẹ̀mejì.
Briefing selected journalists on the incident at the police headquarters in Elewero. The Commissioner of Police, CP Ahmed Ilyasu, explained that it was the wife of the suspect, Omawumi Teleda, that reported the case at the Adigbe Police Division of the command.
On 24th December 2017 at about 21:30 hours, one Omowumi Teleda lodged complaint at Adigbe Divisional Police Headquarters that she went out briefly to see her first child she had with her ex-husband, leaving his 6-month-old baby behind with the father, only for her to come back and meet the dead body of the child within an hour of her outing. This made her to strongly suspect her husband, who happened to be the only person with the baby. Upon her complaint, the DPO Adigbe Division CSP Sunday Oladipo detailed police detectives to the scene, where the suspect was arrested. On interrogation, the suspect confessed to the killing of the child.
You are watching The Crime Busters. Security updates, no holds barred interviews, special reports, security tips. It's Crime Busters.
The nefarious activities of a kidnap syndicate was on the 5th of January 2018, truncated by the operatives of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad.
Technical intelligence led the operatives to their hideout at Itele Ijebu, and the place was stormed by the operatives led by Inspector Kazim Yusuf, where one member of the gang by name Femi Aresu was arrested. He subsequently led the team to their various hideouts within and outside Ogun State, to Lagos State, Oyo State, and Ondo State, where 10 other members of the gang were arrested with arms and ammunition.
The gang members are Musa Oyewumi, Kola Adebisi, Sunday Odo, Kazim Rufai, Taufik Alayo, Jude David, Samuel Lucky, Shegun Bello, Aminu Sadiko, and Kazim Adekola.
They have confessed to be responsible for more than 5 kidnap cases across Ogun State and the southwest region. Exhibit recovered from this gang was syndicate of armed robbers and kidnappers include 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 pop-action gun, 1 locally made cut-to-size gun, 46 rounds of 7.62mm rounds of ammunition, 10 rounds of live cartridges.
While interacting with the Commissioner of Police, the suspects revealed their modus operandi.
These are real kidnappers and armed robbers that have given us sleepless nights. This is one of the last batch of the group of armed robbers around the highways, around Odobodu, Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We have arrested them with these arms, and some of the vehicles were covered there. They specialize in taking the life of anybody who stand on their way. But luck ran against them that day. You were pursued. After exchange of gun battle, the way they were arrested by men of the SAS, and we have recovered these arms from them. So what is your name? Musa. Who and who? Musa who? Who and who? How many people have you kidnapped? 4 people. Where do you keep them when you kidnap? In the bush. Where? At which place? Expressway. Where exactly? After Odogolu. How much do you usually make demand before you release somebody?
Sometimes we demand 3 million, they give us 1.5.
Anybody who could not pay you, what do you do with him?
No, we don't kill anybody.
No,
So how many?
he's asking what do you do with them
What
if
do
they
you
are
do with
unable
them?
to pay?
No, we don't do anything with them. We just give them food.
What nature of food do you give them?
Sometimes we buy rice.
So far, how many people have your gang have kidnapped over this period of time? 4 people. How much have you gotten now from the kidnapping you've been carrying out?
We got 1.3 million.
You are watching The Crime Busters. Security updates, no hoods barred interviews, special reports, security tips. This is Crime Busters.
A gang of armed robbery suspects who specializes in dispossessing car owners of their vehicles at gunpoint were nabbed by the operatives of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad. 36-year-old father of 2, Patrick Nwadagba, 26-year-old Ali Chibike, and 2 others has this to say about their involvement in the crime.
The razor is dropping a lady beside one compound, and as he dropped the lady, that is when they jump down, and they jump down inside the motor. They rush the man. Come down. The voice is too much, and the voice enter the owner of the car. The man didn't shout. The man didn't make noise. He surrendered. As he surrendered, they took the man inside the back of the seat of the motor. I carried the steering. So as we are going, we called the buyer. He said we should come and wait for him at Dangote's side. That is where we meet the federal SARS. And as we meet them, they follow us talk. We talk normal. After we talk normal, before then say I should call the owner of the car. I can't carry my phone to call Israel. So Israel is the person that they follow talk before they realize that this motor was snatched.
The victim, Abida Kungbenga Akinola, a journalist with Biographer International Publications, shares his experience.
Actually, it was a bitter experience I've never experienced in my life. On that fateful day, I was coming from Akuti down to Ukoba, where I lived. It was at 9 o'clock, 9:30. So there's a street they call Olamide Street at New Ukoba. So I was just double crossed by this group band, and my vehicle was collected at gunpoint. I was taken away along with the vehicle. These people came with ammunitions. There are 5 members, 5 gang. They come with sophisticated ammunitions. So they asked me to put my head down. My head was bowed down. Even though when they dropped me, I didn't know where they dropped me. I have to call someone that, what's the name of this place? Before they now told me that this is Oshodi Expressway. They immediately dropped me. I took it back down to Ukoba police station, where I reported the incidents to the DPO Ukoba. Immediately, the DPO swing into action by radio or their various units. So, but to God be the glory, the DPO just called me that my vehicle has been recovered at Ogun State Federal SARS. So on getting there, I met with my vehicle. Nothing was damaged in my vehicle. And I want to use this opportunity to tell the whole Nigeria that police are working. They are doing their job effectively.
Meanwhile, the kingpin of the group, identified as Sunday, is still at large as at the time of filing in this report. According to the Commissioner of Police, CP Ahmed Ilyasu, exhibits recovered are 2 AK-47 rifles, 2 pump-action guns, 2 locally made double-barrel pistols, 46 rounds of 7.62 ammunition, 4 live cartridges, and a Lexus RX 330 with registration number KSF 509CY. Okpayemi Ewulo, reporting for Crime Busters.
You are watching the Crime Busters. Security updates, no hoods barred interviews, special reports, security tips. This is Crime Busters.
You are aware that at this point in time, what we'll bring to you is our interaction with security experts. And talking to us on this program today is the Chief Executive Officer of Profos. That's one firm that is into the production of security gadgets. And interestingly, he spoke on the security challenges in Nigeria and the way forward. It's quite revealing. Please enjoy it. I'll be right back.
It's Crime Busters.
When you see what's happening all over the country, in the different parts of the country, you can see that due to various reasons, different parts of the countries have their peculiar challenges concerning security. When you look at the north or you look at the middle belt, just like what happened in Benue State recently, the herdsmen and the people just, these herdsmen just killing people all over the place, is unacceptable. When you look at what is happening in the east or in the Niger Delta area, about blowing of pipelines, that is also unacceptable. And then when you now go towards the northeast, Boko Haram and everything, I can assure you that with this type of challenge all over the country, you won't get any foreign investor coming in here. And we need to solve this problem, find a way of solving this problem, which is happening with this present government, I must admit. Because when we say, how do we solve the problem? We need to go to the root cause of the problem. What is the root cause of the problem? Take a typical example of the Niger Delta area. When you look at the amount of damage that has been done to the riverine areas, fishing is their basic means of livelihood. All the waters, they have been polluted. We have oil companies, foreign oil companies that have been drilling for oil for years. And look at the amount, look at the level of underdevelopment in those areas. So when you have people like that now revolting, what do you expect? Of course you should expect that. Look at the north, take the north for example. Look at the level of education, look at the population of the north. People are uneducated. When people are uneducated, it's easy to convince them to take to the streets. It's easy to convince them to recruit them or to even instill it in their minds that once they blow up or they kill somebody, they are going to heaven. It's easy to convince them about such things. And unfortunately, the whole thing is spreading to the south. If you go along Lagos about the express, the same thing is happening. Look at the kidnappings that we have, even in the south. It started in the south. We thought, oh, it will never come to the southwest. But the whole thing is spreading all over the country. People are realizing that it is easy to kidnap people, ask for a ransom, and immediately a billionaire or a multimillionaire. So, and why is that happening? Why do you have all that happening? Because even we ourselves, we as Nigerians, you see that all over the country, unfortunately, we just flaunt our wealth. Nobody questions you how you made the money. You just flaunt it. You get to parties, people spraying dollars, people. How do you expect the poor to see such a thing? Of course, they themselves will feel that it is not only they too did not come to Lagos to look at the bridge. They too should find a way of making their own money. They too should find a way of making their own. But you see, if the basic amenities are provided, just like when you go to developed countries, you have the rail, you have the train station, you have the bus. If you can't afford to have a car, even when you see rich people abroad, you see them, most of them don't take their cars to work. They go by train. If they don't go by train, they go by, they go by buses and everything. Once we have those infrastructural issues being sorted out, which this government is actually doing, we must admit they actually do. Look at the train. Look at the train. Look at the new trains. Look at the buses. The different states are trying to put proper bus services in place. Once all those things are put in place, then whoever cannot afford to have a car can afford to go by train, can afford to go by road, and he will still feel secure. He will still be able to achieve what he intends to achieve. So those are the issues. Those are the effects of insecurity in the country. You see, Rome was not built in a day. A lot of things have gone wrong over the years. This present government is working so hard in solving the primary challenges that are leading to insecurity. And you don't expect them to do it in a day. You see, there are challenges. And these are the challenges that over the years, all the past governments did not treat, they did not attend to. Once these challenges are attended to, then you can now have a secure Nigeria.
You are watching The Crime Busters. Security updates, no holds barred interviews, special reports, security tips. It's Crime Busters.
You know that we won't end this program without bringing you the security tip segment of the program. And today we have a very familiar name and face when you talk about security matter in Nigeria. And so you'll be talking to us on the security tips segment of the program today. We're bringing it slightly different from the way we used to package it, but the reason is for you to, of course, get the message clear. We'll be right back.
It's Crime Busters.
Some of us are fond of discussing our transactions, mentioning money, talking of big money, 50 million, 10 million, while discussing on phone or having chats with friends at any public gathering. This is not good enough. When you're in a place that is a public place, joints, drinking points, beer parlors, restaurants, and what have you, please do not discuss your transaction openly in the public. You can go into your car, put on your AC. If you don't have any AC in the car, you can still be there. Go to any private place, your restroom or anywhere. Just go and make this call and talk whatever you want to say. While talking in the public and you're mentioning big amount of money is dangerous. This attracts hoodlums who might follow you, and of course they profile you. They know, with this present-day technology, people can get you at any time. People can trail you. They can profile you and get more information about you. Please avoid this. Or you just the one that likes to be on social media all the time. Everything social media. I'm going to the bank. Bam. Facebook, Twitter, particularly Instagram. That one is even very funny now these days. Everything. You are giving money to your wife at home, snapping, posting, uploading for what? What's the essence? Now I'm going to London. Hi, I'm going. In the plane. Here, see me, I'm here, I'm going. It doesn't make any sense. We need privacy these days because some of the things we do attract hoodlums and not too good enough for us for security reasons. Whatever you want to do, try to make it private.
You are watching The Crime Busters. Security updates, no holds barred interviews, special reports, security tips. It's Crime Busters.
All right, like I always say, whatever has beginning will certainly have an end. We've again come to the end of today's edition of Crime Busters, and I want to believe that you've been able to hold on to one or two things, just as it's been my pleasure bringing this program to you. We need you to support this production with your commercials. Let's place your advert or you sponsor part of this program. It will go a very, very long way in keeping this program on air. Let the discussion continue after here. Take advantage of any of the platforms displayed on your screen. And of course, it will indeed be heartwarming for me to talk to you after now. On behalf of Olakunle Olabode and the entire production crew, I want to thank you so much for joining us this week. My name is Desmond Nwachukwu. Remember that the only way to feel safe is to feel unsafe. And security is everybody's business. Let's play our part to make our country a safer place for all. See you again next week. Bye-bye. I'm out of here.